The South African economy is collapsing. Every year the rand grows weaker. Every month power outages cut deeper. And every day trust in leadership fades. The load shedding system. It's the new normal. The sound of a country running out of power in more ways than one. Corruption eats away, turning public funds into private pockets. 60% of the youth, an entire generation, stand unemployed, stuck below the poverty line, a land rich in gold, platinum, and diamonds. Yet millions live in darkness. This isn't just an economic downturn, it's a slow-motion collapse. The question is no longer if the system is breaking, but how long before the game is over. The first bug in the system was written long ago: apartheid. It hard-coded inequality into every corner of the map. Wealth, land, and opportunity were locked in the hands of a few, while the rest were left with empty inventories. When the system officially ended, it was like changing the cover art without rewriting the program. The chains were broken in law, but the structure remained. Schools stayed unequal, cities stayed divided, and wealth stayed concentrated. That's why even now South Africa ranks among the most unequal societies in the world. You can't run a fair game when half the players spawn with no armor, no tools, and no chance to climb the leaderboard. Corruption, the real boss fight. But history alone doesn't collapse a nation. The real boss fight is corruption. State companies once built to serve the people were looted like treasure chests. Eskom, meant to power the land, was drained until blackouts became normal gameplay. Water boards failed, trains rusted, roads crumbled. Each round, players pay taxes, hoping for upgrades, but the loot vanishes into the hands of elites. Corruption doesn't just steal money, it steals trust, and without trust, no system can hold. The bosses aren't defending the players here, they're farming them, siphoning coins while the map decays beneath their feet. Unemployment and lost players. Now imagine millions of young players finishing the tutorial, school, only to find no quest waiting for them. That's South Africa's youth, trained, eager, but locked out. Unemployment is among the highest on earth. With no income and rising costs, despair sets in. Some players grind in the shadows, hustling in informal economies. Others turn to crime. Others simply stop playing. A nation where its youngest, strongest generation has no path forward is a nation coding its own stagnation. And every year the number of lost players grows larger, their pressure heavier, until the board itself starts to crack under the weight. And when the game offers no legal quests, the dark quests rise. Crime becomes the alternate economy. Robberies, murders, hijackings, South Africa's crime stats resemble a battlefield. Communities live under constant threat. Those with wealth retreat into fortified zones, high walls, electric fences, private guards. Those without remain exposed, unshielded, trapped in fear. This creates two different realities on the same map. One insulated, one abandoned. The divide isn't just about money anymore, it's about survival, and survival gameplay is the harshest rule of all. You win alone, or you don't win at all. As the system weakens, the strongest players are leaving the board. Doctors, engineers, entrepreneurs, the ones with skills and XP, migrate to safer servers overseas. It's called a brain drain, and it hollows out the game from within. Fewer skilled workers means weaker infrastructure. Fewer taxpayers means shrinking budgets. Meanwhile, those left behind face collapsing schools, rolling blackouts, and fewer opportunities. Imagine trying to build a castle on a burning foundation. That's the reality for South Africa's youth. A generation growing up with no power, no jobs, and no clear future. A future that, for many, is already vanishing. So, player, why is South Africa collapsing? Because its map was never designed for creation, only extraction. Because corruption drained its energy, unemployment stole its hope, and crime shattered its trust. But collapse is not always game over. Sometimes it's the reset screen. South Africa still holds immense loot, natural wealth,